Hello gamers! Welcome back to Hubyant the Loadout Season 2. In today's episode, we will feature some of the upcoming Switch games scheduled to arrive for the next month and beyond. So, without further ado, these are the few upcoming Switch games to get excited about. First on our list is Yokai Watch 4. It is an action role-playing video game developed and published by Level 5 for the Nintendo Switch. The game is set in 3 different worlds that are each associated with one main character: Natsume, 30 years after the 3 previous games; Kaita, 30 years before the first 3; and Shin, 30 years prior to the first 3 games. Yokai Watch 4 introduces a free-roaming 3D movement system across the world that is more like standard 3D RPG games than previous games. This is in contrast to the previous games, which were viewed from a top-down viewpoint. A new battle system was also introduced in the game. Players can now directly control playable characters and battle enemies, unlike previous games that sent only friends yokai into battle. A party can consist of up to 3 yokai and 1 human character. Players may also switch between yokai and human characters during battle. The yokai characters of the party that aren't controlled by the player will behave in battle differently depending on their personalities, similar to the Yokai Watch games. Human characters can absorb the element Yoki during battle for redistribution to either attack yokai or heal their party members. The game features 4 characters from the Yokai Watch Shout-Aside anime game: Natsume Amano, her brother Keisuke Amano, Akinori Arihoshi, and Toma Tsukinami. Second on our list is Splatoon 3. It is an upcoming third-person shooter video game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch console. Splatoon 3 features a similar gameplay to the earlier entries in the series. These were all third-person shooters, reintroducing the previous game, which players can choose between Inklings or Octolings to be their character. They shoot colored ink with their weapons, and each weapon type is different. Regular pistol-like guns have a medium range of attack but are less efficient at painting ground. However, other weapons like large paint rollers called, you guessed it, rollers, which can cover large areas in ink, default to close-range combat for defense. Splatoon 3 extends on this idea by adding new weapon types to the game. For example, regular pistol-like weapons have a limited range for attacking, but they are more effective at painting the ground. Meanwhile, other weapons, such as large rollers of paint called rollers, have the ability to cover large areas with ink and so can close-range combat and defense. Splatoon 3, also known as Splatsville, is the main hub. It will be situated outside the traditional location of Inkopolis in a place called Splatlands. Like the previous games, the campaign for this game is single-player. Splatoon 3's story is called Return of the Mammalians. Alterna will be one of the locations. The campaign, which is single-player only, will focus on the reappearance or mammals. Last but not the least is LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. This is a LEGO-themed adventure video game that the Traveler's Tales have published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Instead of following a linear progression in LEGO video games where players must advance through the story in a specific order, this game allows players to choose from any of 3 Skywalker Saga trilogies and can complete the stories in any order that suits them. 5 story missions will be included in each episode, which is a contrast to the 6 levels that were featured in previous games. Combat has been improved from previous titles. Lightsaber wielders can now use a variety of light, heavy, force, and combo attacks. Blaster characters have an over-the-shoulder camera. This game has over 300 characters to choose from. Well, that's it for now, gamers. Hope you feel excited about the upcoming games that Hubiant prepared for you. Watch out for more games, recommendations, esports news, game updates, and many more. Be sure to subscribe to get the latest updates from this channel. I'll see you again in the next episode of The Loadout Season 2.